This is the Getting Into Alignment podcast. Here we play in the quantum world of possibilities. If you desire it, you get to have it. My name is Alexa Ray Smith. I'm a business coach and spiritual teacher for women in business. I'm here to help you unlock your personal power and tap into your magnetism so that you can manifest the most incredible life for yourself and build the business of your dreams. These episodes will help you plug into the energy of infinite potentiality and teach you the tools you need to play in this world where limitations don't exist. On this podcast, I'll be talking to you about energetics, mindset, embodiment, spirituality, money, and business. Everything that you want is on the other side of you getting into alignment. Do you want to have the freedom to design your own life? Are you ready to know that you have the power to create any reality that you desire? If so, Alchemy of Manifestation, my manifestation community, is designed to help you manifest anything that you've ever desired. Within this year-long membership, you will learn proven techniques to gain the abundance, success, and happiness that you've always desired. You're going to learn to tap into the power of the universe so that you can alchemize any reality that you've ever wanted. Not only will you learn to manifest your new reality, you'll also learn how to build a new identity so that you become the person who effortlessly, energetically aligns with all of their desires. So if you're completely ready to transform your life and unlock your full potential, then join Alchemy of Manifestation today, and you can start manifesting everything you've ever desired. Hey everyone, welcome back to day 3 of the 30 Days of Manifestation podcast. So if you're new here, each day I am talking about a topic that I find collectively people are still struggling to land in manifestation. And because they're having such a difficult time with these issues, they're not successfully consistently manifesting their desires. So the intention behind this series is to help you really be able to break through to your next level and to be able to consistently manifest all of your desires. I want you to wake up every day feeling so amazing about the life that you're living, feeling so excited to wake up and just live in such a beautiful, abundant world. And I get that it takes work. I get that it's not going to happen overnight. And we can start at every moment. And I really believe that the sooner you start applying this information, the sooner you start understanding how to master the laws of the universe so that way you become a magnet for everything that you desire, is to really start doing the personal development work on yourself now. Because I think that a lot of people are under this false assumption still that manifestation is still this materialistic manifestation thing. And I get it, and that's understandable. And also, in terms of selling and marketing, how better to sell a product or market it if you are a manifestation coach or you are a manifestation teacher than to show, or a wealth coach, business coach, to show what you have manifested and show these luxurious things. Like, let's just be honest. That's what people tend to buy. And that isn't what those people are practicing day in and day out. So the people that are truly amazing manifestors, the people that they want it, they get it, are the ones that have realized that manifestation is an internal journey. In order to be able to consistently manifest what you desire in the external world, you have to have mastered your internal world. And that's quite frankly what a lot of people don't want to do in manifestation. And that's why when you go into Alchemy of Manifestation, my manifestation membership, the first things that you work through are my soul manifestation course, which is really a healing and personal development course that starts laying the foundations for you to understand how the mindset and how the manifestation principles apply in your life. But it's truly essential for you to lay that foundation of personal development work, for you to understand that you do have to rewire your mind. You do have to regulate your nervous system. And then we can get into the really cool topic of recoding your cellular DNA and doing the frequency work. But literally, I take you up into that. Alchemy of Manifestation, those video modules that you get access to, those are last, because the energetic principles that I now play in are very advanced, and I understand that. And I'm literally allowing you to meet me in the entire journey because you have so many different programs within Alchemy of Manifestation, all of my manifestation programs. So they really teach you how I've been able to master these energetic principles, because I didn't start here. I started with the basic foundational stuff, like looking at myself, being able to love myself, healing my trauma, doing the shadow work that isn't necessarily the sexy work, right? Like shadow work isn't flashy. It's not something that's typically going to generate a lot of sales, unless you're magnificent at it. But these are the essential steps that you have to really work with. And the reason why it's so important to do this is because if as below, as above, then you're always going to be consciously or unconsciously manifesting from how you're feeling and how you're thinking. Now, if you don't do the personal development work, then you're still going to be operating as an unconscious human who was programmed by people that, quite frankly, weren't you. You were programmed by your environment, by your parents, by the people that raised you, by society, by your friends, family, by the bubble that you were in while you were growing up until about age 7 years old. So typically, the people that raised you and that were in your environment, though they meant well, they typically do not have the lifestyle that you desire to have. So that means that you need to get rid of their programming, because their programming creates the lifestyle that they have, right? So in order to do that, you have to really start, one, doing the mindset work to rewire your mind, to understand how the unconscious mind works, to really start doing the work, aka why there's hypnosis in Alchemy of Manifestation, why there's guided meditations, that's why there's breath work practices for regulating your nervous system as well, because the guided meditations help you regulate your nervous system. These are steps that are essential, because at the end of the day, if you're trying to manifest something because you don't love yourself, or you don't feel whole enough, or you don't feel successful enough, or you don't feel, insert whatever void you have in your life, if you're trying to fill that void with a materialistic thing, typically the universe isn't going to allow that to manifest, for multiple reasons, but one being there's a karmic lesson there. There's a soul lesson that you have to learn, that you are literally the universe incarnate as a human. You are beyond whole. You are everything and all. So if you feel like you need something outside of you, that is always a mirror reflection that you are avoiding something inside of you. You need to go inward. You need to do some shadow work. You need to do some self-love work. You need to do some healing. You need to do some, even if it's just sitting in silence or some reflection or whatever it is. The people that truly manifest consistently are the most conscious human beings. And the way you become conscious is by really rewiring your subconscious and regulating your nervous system, so that you can normally, day to day, in the present moment, be in a higher frequency, be in a better mood, be a happier human. And I get that it doesn't happen overnight, right? And I mean, unless you're going to get into RRT, because that blows any trauma work out of the water and that can heal things immediately. But everything else is going to take some work, right? And just with the process of being human, I think that one of the most fundamental lessons that we are all here to learn collectively is that it isn't the destination that we should be seeking for and longing in the moment. We should be enjoying the journey while we're on the journey and enjoying every moment as if it is the destination, because ultimately it is, right? If we're talking of the quantum world, there is no past, present, future. There's only now. So, if there's only now, then the most important thing that you can do to manifest what you desire is to be a master of your mind, your frequency now, because frequency is really going to be determined by your feelings and your thoughts, right? That's the feedback loop, which I'm not going to get into deeply because I'm pretty sure I have an entire like 50-minute long module on that within Alchemy of Manifestation, because it's very deep energetic principles that I've played with, that I've downloaded, that it's taken years for me to learn. So the fact that you even get access to all of this information for $88 a month is truly insane, like truly insane. So, the beauty with that though is if you are falling in love with the journey, that means you're falling in love with yourself. That means you're falling in love with the present moment. That means you're falling in love with things as they are now. And that right there is truly the key to happiness. When you can be happy right now, in this moment right now, not needing it to be different, not stressing, fearing, worrying, doubting, not feeling unsafe, just feeling fully whole, feeling happy, feeling at peace, feeling calm, feeling blissful, feeling abundant. And this is available to all of us. It's just that because we have grown up in this society that has programmed us, and because we are still living in a world where the 3D matrix exists, hello, duality, we need it to transform. That's part of our soul contract as a human being. And how can we live with the duality and not get sucked into it, right? And the one thing the matrix is constantly trying to sell you on is that you need more, you need to keep going, you need to be running after this and going after this and don't sleep, drink a lot of caffeine, go, make money, go, pay bills, go. And that we have all learned either the hard way or intuitively knew that that was not it. That's not it, right? And why are we trading our peace in the present moment for something outside of ourselves that typically isn't even something that we inherently want for our lives or even makes us feel good? And because we're so busy rushing around and running and chasing after these things, we are constantly distracted. So when we do have any moments of silence, we feel like, oh no, like we're not doing enough. And then we start feeling guilty about having the silence. Or even worse, the silence is so foreign to us that we're not able to actually sit with ourselves. We're not able to process how we're feeling. We're not able to have a safe space inside of ourselves. So then the majority of us spend our lives running away from ourselves and running after everything. And that's why so many people have midlife crises when they get into their 50s, right? Not only because Chiron returns the wounded healer in their chart in astrology, also because they lived a life that was for everyone else and in a way that they didn't want to, but they were told to, and they were never happy along the way. And they finally get to this point where they just can't do it anymore. But it's like, what if we just realize that it's not us that are the problem? Like, there's not something inherently wrong with us. It's the system, it's the programming that's inherently flawed. And when we take our power back and we start realizing that, that's when we can be like, well, wait a minute. I'm not really sure how we bought into this system, but I'm now looking at it and it looks like it sucks. And it feels like it sucks. So we're going to do this differently. And the beauty is when you start finding what you love to do, when you start really finding joy in the mundane everyday moments, right? It's I think I already talked about this, but it's like falling in love with your morning coffee routine, falling in love with taking your dog out in the morning if you're a dog mom like me, or having that morning with your kids if you're a mom. Like what are the things that happen every single day that you might be taking for granted instead of just actually being fully submersed in the gratitude that you actually feel for that thing and for your life and for this present moment. And when we start tapping into gratitude, which we know is one of the most high vibrational frequencies, is that and love. Like, those are the two frequencies that will truly make you magnetic. But it's, can we hold those frequencies of gratitude and love? Can we really stay present enough so that we're constantly coming back to this? Because when we come back to gratitude and love, that's when we're rewiring our brain to no longer go towards lack, to no longer feel like this moment isn't enough, that we're missing something, either in ourselves or outside of ourselves. Whether we have everything that we want or not, we're fully okay. We're fully happy. We feel fully enriched with the life that we're living. And this is truly the art of living. When you can find happiness and cultivate the feelings that you want to feel now, instead of where the majority of us go wrong in manifestation is, okay, well, when I manifest that 10K month, then I'm going to feel successful. Then I'm going to feel worthy. Then I'm going to feel like it's working. Then I'm going to keep showing up. Then I'm going to feel confident. Then I'm going to, yeah, that. We have this, when I get this, then I will feel mentality. And that is matrix programming. And that's the exact opposite of the energetics that you need to be playing in and the energetic realm that you actually live in, which says that I need to embody the frequency of the thing that I want so that I can manifest it, because I have to have the frequency that I desire in order to get the desire. Like, that's how the desire path is created, is by you embodying that frequency. And I find that so many people in their manifestation process get so jaded and get so frustrated is because they're like, okay, well, I'm manifesting the new car, but the new car hasn't shown up yet. So of course I'm not going to feel free. So of course I'm going to feel trapped. So of course I'm going to be bitter. So of course I'm going to be annoyed. So of course this is going to suck. Like, it's just, instead of choosing to be in a high vibration and just feeling how you want to feel no matter what, people are just waiting. And it's called circumstantial power, when you're just waiting for something outside of yourself so you can feel some sort of way. And if you are co-creating your life, then hello, that math clearly isn't mathing, because as the co-creator, you have to realize that your co-creation is your thoughts and your feelings. So if you're allowing yourself to keep thinking thoughts that it's not working, and you allow yourself to keep feeling feelings like, I'll feel better when, then you're just manifesting more situations for you to, I'll feel better when in, instead of deciding, I'm going to be happy now. Do I have my desired car yet? No. So I'm going to enjoy the fact that I get to walk right now, or I'm going to enjoy the fact that I get to Uber and I get to have these really amazing conversations with people that I would never be able to meet, or I'm going to enjoy the fact that I have a lot more time alone and I can meditate more. instead of noticing what you don't have and letting that derail your frequency and then your mindset, how can you stop letting things bother you? How can you instead just have this mentality of it's always working for me, I'm always supported? And the more I ground into how grateful I am for everything I currently have, and the more I focus on what makes me feel good and what I do have and what I am grateful for, the more I realize that I'm aligning myself with the frequency of abundance and gratitude. And because of that, I'm attracting more moments to feel grateful for. I'm attracting more things to feel abundant with. I'm attracting more gratitude and abundance because no matter what was happening outside of me, I decided that I was going to be grateful. I decided that I was going to be abundant. And you know what's so ironic is when you start doing this for yourself and you start realizing how much better you feel, then it's almost like, okay, yeah, it'd be really cool if the manifestation came, but I now realize that that manifestation doesn't have the power over me that I've been giving it. So yeah, like it'd be cool if it came, and I feel fucking amazing right now. So like I'm good either way. And then, hello, we release all detachment. We release all attachment, we become detached. We release all resistance, we become in flow. And we release all desperation because we're good. And because of that, that's when we just boop, 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 the manifestations start coming. And it's so funny because when you focus, I guess ironic is the word. It's so ironic because when you focus on all the material things and manifestation, you typically don't manifest and you're more frustrated than not. And then when you go the internal route, you start realizing how good you feel already and how you never really did need all of those things. Yeah, it's really cool to be a human and to desire things and to know that you can co-create the most amazing reality. And the people that co-create the most amazing realities are the ones that have obtained this frequency of wealth inside of themselves, of abundance inside of themselves, of power inside of themselves, of confidence inside of themselves, of happiness inside of themselves, of love inside of themselves, of gratitude inside of themselves. They stopped relying on the outside world to tell them how they could feel, and they decided how they wanted to feel. And so they felt that way. And when you become a master of this, that's when you truly become a master of co-creating your reality, because it's no longer circumstantial. The way that you want to feel is now your normal state of operation because you have decided it and because you've done the work to be able to hold these frequencies. Decision is one part of it, and then there's the energetic work to be actually able to hold the frequency, and there's also the mindset work to be able to help your mind stay in a frequency that's going to help support this new way of living. It's not a one-step process. Manifestation is truly a whole mind, body, soul relationship. It's you realizing that it's you and you at the end of the day. So you can't keep running from yourself and expecting something to make you feel something. You have to turn around and face yourself and face those shadows and face the fears and face what you've been running from and decide that even though they're there, are you willing to let them go, and are you willing to feel how you want to feel now? Because it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And how can you fall in love with your life now? How can you fall in love with yourself now? How can you fall in love with the journey? Instead of, I'll feel abundant when. No, feel abundant now. I'll feel love when. No, feel love now. I'll feel gratitude when. No, feel gratitude now. Because if you're waiting, you'll be waiting forever. You have to actively decide that you are choosing this. This is available to all of us, but there's work and there's an actual commitment, right? Like you have to decide and commit, because that's how we get what we want. It's not like, oh, well, it didn't look like it's going to work out, so I'm just letting go. No. When it doesn't look like it's going to work out, it didn't work out the way I thought it was going to work out. And that's why the how doesn't matter to me. I know that it's going to happen because I've decided that it's what I wanted and I get to have what I want and I'm in energetic alignment with it. So I'm going to have a fucking blast while it shows up because I'm living my best life always. And I know that I get what I want because I live my best life always, and what I want always comes to me because I'm always in a frequency of it. I'm always in vibration with it. I'm always in a mindset where I can get whatever I want. And because of that, I get it all. There's just a completely different way of being when you've decided to become someone who manifests all of their desires. It isn't something that just happens to you. This is a powerful process of co-creation that you have decided to play into. You can't keep stepping in and out. You can't say, okay, well, I want to manifest, but it didn't look like it's going to work today. So I'm going to go back into my old toxic habits. No. How can you still do the mindset work? How can you still do the frequency work? How can you still do the faith work so that you can believe it, so that you can open up to receive it, so that you can have thoughts that co-create it? These are the things that you need to really be playing in. These are the in-depth conversations that you really need to be in if you're trying to learn how to become a conscious manifester, because it truly is who you become, because you become someone who learns how to manifest in this process. And then it's just like, we're all always manifesting, but the majority of us are unconsciously manifesting. So then the journey to become a conscious manifester is to become conscious, right? And that means becoming self-aware. And that means doing the shadow work. That means doing the personal development work. That means having some spirituality, having some faith, all of the things. So I hope that this episode, not even I hope, like I know that this episode was jam-packed with value. And if I were you, I would listen to it over and over again. These are conversations that I want to have with you because I want to invite you into deeper conversations about manifestation. So that way we understand as a collective how to manifest. So that way we can bring this new 5D dimensional way of living to this consciousness, and we can start thriving abundantly, all of us. And this is how we're going to do it, by having these conversations, by realizing that there's only so much that we can teach in a TikTok video. There's only so much that we can teach in a YouTube video. There's only so much that we can teach in a podcast. That's why Alchemy of Manifestation, the membership, exists. It's a 1-year membership. You get access to everything, and it's lifetime access. So you get access to all of the 11 plus hours of content that's in there now. There's over 16 different practices. It's truly unlike anything I've ever seen. And there is a community so that you can connect and ask questions. It's truly going to be everything that you need to manifest your desired reality. And I'm so, so excited that you're going to get everything that you want, because this is the work. Like this is it. And it's going to change your life. I know it because I've lived it. I breathe it. And I am a completely different human than before I found any of this work. So I love you guys so much. I will be back tomorrow for day 4 of the 30 Days of Manifestation podcast. If you want to get into Alchemy of Manifestation, you will get instant access to everything. Just go to my website, alexaraysmith.com/AOM, and you can jump right in. There is a 12-month payment plan, and there's also a pay in full, and you can save some money if you choose that option. All right, I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you're ready to go deeper and to get into my world, you can go to my website, alexaraysmith.com. You'll find all of my current programs on there. If you're desiring to get mentored by me, then the best thing to do is shoot me a DM on Instagram, and we can talk about mentorship options and which one's the best fit for you. If you're absolutely loving this podcast, please go rate it 5 stars and let me know why you're loving it. This will help me share the podcast with more people. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and until the next episode, Keep manifesting the most incredible life.